This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavala and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The government has given priority to fully opening up the country by providing health care to the people through vaccination program. Another 2 million Sinopharm vaccine doses are scheduled to arrive in Sri Lanka today. Formal national database to assist in the control of child abuse in the country will be released next August. 2 teams have been deployed to record statements over the death of a 16-year-old girl while working at the residence of MP Rishad Badiuddin. Large and small-scale paddy mill owners have agreed to purchase paddy from the farmers at the government-certified price. In foreign news, more than 200 contacts tracked in U.S. for rare monkeypox disease. And in sports, world number 1 shooter hill out of Tokyo Olympics after COVID test. Local news in detail. Minister of Finance Basil Rajapaksa says that it is the responsibility of the people's representatives and officials to act in a manner that does not cause inconvenience to the people at a time when the country is in some difficulty in the face of COVID pandemic. Minister Rajapaksa said this when he met a group of people's representatives, governors and district secretaries at Temple Trees on Tuesday. There was a lengthy discussion on the implementation of the vaccination program, and the Minister of Finance emphasized that the ministry will allocate funds for the purchase of vaccines without any conditions, giving priority to ensuring the health of the people. He also expressed confidence that the country's economic sectors could be revived soon, as the government has given priority to fully opening up the country by providing health care to the people through the vaccination program. Rajapaksa said that the Green Sri Lanka program focuses on 27 issues affecting the future generation of the country, and plans are afoot to allocate funds for the successful implementation of those proposals and the digitization of state institutions. The minister said that the country already earns around 1.2 billion rupees from technology-related jobs, and that more countries are focusing on such revenue streams as there is a tendency to seek the assistance of Sri Lankan technologists. Commenting on the future economic program and the manner in which it will be implemented, the Minister of Finance pointed out the importance and necessity of acting more carefully and vigilantly during the next 6 months, prioritizing the proposals to strengthen the economy. Minister of State for Pharmaceutical Supply and Regulation, Professor Channa Jayasumana said another 2 million Chinese-made Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccine doses are scheduled to arrive in Sri Lanka this morning. He said 2 Sri Lankan Airlines planes are scheduled to arrive in Sri Lanka this morning with the vaccines. The minister also said that the State Pharmaceutical Corporation has obtained the stocks after making relevant payments. Research conducted by the Department of Molecular Sciences at the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura has reported that the Chinese-made Sinopharm vaccine is highly responsive not only to the Indian Delta variant but also to other variants of the COVID-19. Director General of Health Services says Sri Lanka has registered 47 more COVID-19 related fatalities. These deaths have pushed the official toll from the virus outbreak in Sri Lanka to 3,917. The latest victims confirmed today include 26 males and 21 females. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health reports that another 1,604 persons have tested positive for coronavirus. This brings the total number of COVID-19 cases in the country thus far to 289,153. Presently, 21,525 infected patients are being treated at hospitals and treatment centres across the island. Meanwhile, the number of total recoveries has reached 263,758. Senior DIG Deshabandhu Thendakon says conducting protest campaigns violating COVID guidelines has been banned. Some health guidelines have been imposed to control the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. Violating such rules is a punishable offence. Holding musical shows in open spaces has also been prohibited under the health guidelines. In this backdrop, teachers' attempt to gather at the Port Railway Station premises is also illegal. Health and defence sectors have been committed to prevent spread of the pandemic in the country. Therefore, the trade union activists must think of this situation and act in a responsible manner in this decisive juncture. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Call 0718 800 999.
Continuing with more stories here at home, Chairman of the National Child Protection Authority, Professor Muditho Vidanapathirana, says a formal national database to assist in the control of child abuse in the country will be released next August. He was speaking at a media briefing held at the Government Information Department. The NCPA has prioritized the formulation of a national policy on the prevention of child abuse and the protection and treatment of victims of abuse. The authority also advises the government on measures to be taken to protect the victims of such abuses. The chairman said that the 1929 Sri Lanka Child Protection Act, created by the NCPA with the objective of rescuing Sri Lankan children from all forms of abuse and neglect and realizing the rights of the child, will be operated in a more proactive manner. Using this application, any citizen has the opportunity to submit information on any form of child abuse with relevant evidence to the NCPA. Both large-scale and small-scale paddy mill owners have agreed to purchase paddy harvest from the farmers at the government's certified price. Prices of rice increased during the past period as several large-scale mill owners have purchased and stocked paddy, creating a scarcity of paddy in the country. At a discussion held in the Ministry of Agriculture, the mill owners agreed to purchase paddy in a justifiable manner to compensate both farmers and consumers. That's local news.
Now, get your EPF loan information and service details via SMS from HDFC Bank. Wherever you are, being a state and private sector employee, to obtain EPF loan information and service details, just send a SMS mentioning EPF space, name and region to 0718 800 999. HDFC Bank, the bank for your home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Police media spokesperson Senior DIG Ajit Rohan has said 2 teams have been deployed to record statements and circumstantial evidence from the related parties over the death of a 16-year-old girl who died of burn injuries while working as a domestic maid at the residence of MP Rishad Badudin. He added that the teams deployed to probe the matter consist of officers attached to the Divisional Crime Detective Bureau and Divisional Children and Women's Bureau of Colombo South. The investigation teams have recorded statements from 4 persons who are living in Kiriwandala, Puakpiti area. The deceased girl's family had lived prior to moving to Dayagama. Among the persons who have given the statements were the principal and the vice principal of the Kiriwandala Tamil School, where the girl had studied for a while. Following that, the investigation teams recorded additional statements from her mother and other relevant parties in the Dayagama area yesterday. Meanwhile, a mobile phone belonging to a male domestic worker at the same residence of MP Badudin was seized by the Borella police. The seized mobile phone was handed over to the Criminal Investigation Department to uncover any missing files or data. Further probes will be conducted in order to ascertain the offences committed in violation of the Penal Code and other relevant laws.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on Watchlight, traffic police say that there is a rapid increase of road accidents at present. About 10 persons have been killed by road accidents during the past week. Motorbikes and three-wheelers are the most vulnerable vehicles to road accidents. Careless driving and driving under the influence of liquor are also two major causes for road accidents. The police request the motorists to be vigilant while driving. Moving on to world news now. Headlines. More than 200 contacts tracked in US for rare monkeypox disease. Princess Latifah and Princess Haya numbers among Pegasus leaks. NASA's Perseverance Mars rover prepares to drill first rock sample. World news in detail. More than 200 people in 27 U.S. states are being tracked for possible rare monkeypox infections, officials say. They fear people may have come into contact with a Texas man who brought the disease in from Nigeria earlier this month. The man, believed to be the first monkeypox case in the U.S. since 2003, was taken to hospital but is in a stable condition. So far, no new cases have been found. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it is concerned passengers who were on board two flights the man made may have been exposed to the disease. Phone numbers used by two Dubai princesses have reportedly been found as part of an investigation into the phone hacking spyware known as the Pegasus. Princess Latifah is the daughter of the ruler of Dubai, and Princess Haya bint Hussein is his former wife. In mid-February, BBC Panorama broadcast a secret video from Princess Latifah in which she said she was being held as a hostage and feared for her life. Princess Haya, meanwhile, fled Dubai in 2019, saying she feared for her life. The UAE has denied both women's allegations. Their numbers are apparently on a list of some 50,000 phone numbers of people believed to be of interest to clients of Israeli-based firm NSO Group. The list was leaked to major news outlets. Finally, on world news, the U.S. Space Agency's Perseverance rover is getting ready to take its first sample of Mars rock. The core, about the size of a finger, will be packaged in a sealed tube for eventual return to Earth. Scientists say their best chance of determining whether Mars ever hosted life is to study its surface materials in sophisticated home laboratories. Perseverance landed on the red planet in February in a 45-kilometer wide crater called Jezero. That's on World News.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
And on development news, the central bank has released the economic and social statistics of Sri Lanka 2021, an annual publication of the central bank for public access. The publication consists of statistical tables categorized under 8 major areas, that is national accounts, economic and social infrastructure, prices, wages and employment, external trade and finance, government finance, money and capital markets, financial sector, and statistics of other countries. The publication is available in both printed and electronic versions and will be a useful collection of information for those who are interested in socio-economic statistics.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melba RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melba RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
And on sports news, British medal hope Amber Hill was withdrawn from the women's skeet competition at this summer's Olympics after testing positive for COVID-19. World number one Hill won silver at the Shooting World Cup in May and finished sixth at the Rio 2016 Games. Hill says she is absolutely devastated by the news, which came before she had left for Japan. She was due to participate in Sunday's qualifying event, with the final scheduled to take place on Monday. The British Olympic Association confirmed Hill's positive test and added there would be no replacement for the 23-year-old. The Olympic Games will officially commence tomorrow.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka Insurance held its annual general meeting via Zoom online platform on the 7th of July. The chairman of the board of directors participated at the meeting, adhering to the COVID-19 health and safety standards. During the AGM, it was declared that the company has closed year 2020 in a positive note, recording phenomenal growth with exceptional service innovations. Sri Lanka Insurance, the premier insurer to the nation, recorded stellar performance in 2020 to record a profit before taxation of 7.9 billion rupees for the year 2020, with a strong improvement in combined gross written premium of 39.4 billion rupees, denoting growth of 16.65%.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
The government has launched a program.
Courtesy of I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
And on economic news, the government has launched a program to transform Arugambe into a worldwide destination for windsurfing. Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga said the government will not only have promotional campaigns worldwide for Arugambe as a tourism and windsurfing destination, but also have training sessions for the sport and international competitions as well. The attention of the government has also been drawn to not only promoting the Arugambe area to a tourism destination, but to also enhance the livelihoods of those who have been involved in the tourist trade as well, the minister said.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Showers will occur at times in western Sabaragamuwa and central provinces in Galle and Matara districts. Fairly heavy showers, above 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places in Sabaragamuwa and central provinces. Several spells of showers will occur in northwestern province. Fairly strong gusty winds, up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour, are likely across the island, and strong gusty winds, up to 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, can be expected in the western slope of the Central Hills, North Central and Northwestern provinces, and in the Hambantota, Mannar, Vavaniya, Kilinochchi and Trincomalee districts.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Back to the headlines. The government has given priority to fully opening up the country by providing healthcare to the people through vaccination programs. Another 2 million Sinopharm vaccine doses are scheduled to arrive in Sri Lanka today. Formal national database to assist in the control of child abuse in the country will be released next August. 2 teams have been deployed to record statements over the death of a 16-year-old girl while working at the residence of MP Rishad Badiuddin. Large and small-scale paddy mill owners have agreed to purchase paddy from the farmers at the government's certified price. In news overseas, more than 200 contacts tracked in US for rare monkeypox disease. Sports, world number 1 shooter hill out of Tokyo Olympics after COVID test. With that, we conclude the morning bulletin of news.